Hello, and welcome to this, our finale episode of Season 1 Transylvania Beckons, titled Dark Tides Falling. We're going to go ahead and go around and introduce ourselves. And today, we're going to start with the wonderful Edge.
What's up, everybody? I'm Edge. I'm playing Morian. Uh, yeah, I'm terrified.
Hello, everybody. I am Azure or Rachel, and I am playing Prince Juliana Volstadt, who has currently maximum lethal damage going into this. So,
Hello, I'm Az, and today I'll be playing Jack, the gangrel prince of our hearts, who needed more blood before we went into this, and it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
Hello, I'm Luna, or Druid by Night, and today I will be playing Prince Rosalind, the first Tremere Prince, who does not want to heed the call to adventure, but her friends do. So here we are.
Hi, I'm Huddy, or Huddy von Schland. I'm a World of Darkness community ambassador. And today I'm playing a Malkavian who's not good at fighting, but is gonna do her best.
Last but certainly not least, I will be playing literally everyone who did not just introduce themselves. Hi, I'm Avery. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and just snap right back into this thing. To give a little bit of a recap of last session, the coterie, wounded and road weary from their previous battle with the Inquisition, found themselves in the quiet mountain town of Cernog, where in this voivode, in this voivodate, they met the voivode, Morian the Raven, a Semise of no small renown amongst the voivodate, but is relatively obscure amidst the grand political scheme that is the land of Transylvania. On a brief meeting, they were all notified that a group of Semise had moved through Morian's territory without asking for hospitality, which is a big no-no amongst the voivodate. That's not something that is acceptable by any means. And so, accompanying Morian, prepared for battle, they ascended the 12,308 steps to the monastery at Cernog, where there was a brief battle with a few of the Anarch Cainites and a few ghouls before, under the leadership of Morian, the ghouls in question, led by Cassius Danislav, put down their arms and pledged their military prowess to the greater voivode. With that being said, the coterie moved inside of this strange cathedral that seems as if it was crafted by the vision of a madman, certainly not the works of someone like Zelios and Master Mason, as everything was at a strange angle, and the statues that were maybe supposed to be angels definitely looked a lot more like demons. As you went in, Gisela found something from a vision, a stone sarcophagus with an absurdly light lid. Inside they found the torpid form of Nova Arpad, who has been a victim of a political plot by Maruska and her child Ruxandra. Pressing on, the coterie maneuvered through vast tunnels of fleshy fungus, before finally emerging on a balcony, seeing Dragomir, Basarab, Mika of the House of Vikos, Lambak, and Lugoj feeding on this strange, tumorous, fleshy thing at the center of the chamber. And then a creature emerged from the flesh of the walls. A towering 15-foot tall mass of flesh. A strange circular mouth with many rows of teeth reminiscent of like a roundworm or a bloodworm. Its limbs had hands, arms, claws jutting from it at many different angles. Morian would have known this to be a creature known as a Vazd, the most terrifying of all Simis creations, these towering war behemoths that are known to lay waste to entire armies by themselves. And upon that balcony that we left off, is where we will find our characters again. As the vase detaches from the wall, this eerie sound that unfortunately my mic won't pick up. It's like a mix of a death groan and a wailing howl as it detaches and begins to move, the flesh of the walls stretching and groaning before ripping to let it free. Blood is in the air. The Anarch Simis look towards the Vazd, look back towards you. And because this is a surprise, there's going to unfortunately be no dexterity roll to avoid it for each of you.
Everything's gonna be fine, right? We're okay,
Noted.
right?
And final roll. Noted. Alright, let me write some things down really quick. Here's what occurs. I will give you each... Actually, let's go ahead and do a quick go around. Jack, where's your head up?
So, Jack is seeing this tower of flesh and looking around at what he thought wasn't possible, which is Dragomir standing here, someone who was an ally, and not knowing what to do. Because in his head, the path that he's on, it looks like it's too big of a fight for them. But also knowing that this is his coterie and he's going to do whatever it takes to protect them.
Go ahead and roll me an instinct roll.
Oh.
Difficulty of 9.
Instinct rolls 10 still count as 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
4.
Every instinct inside of you screams. This is not a hunt. This is a battle. This is not what we do. There's no erstwhile prey here. This is foolish. And you are going to take 1 point of superficial path damage. Unless you would like to acquiesce to that feeling of your own free will.
No, because the coterie is still here. So we just take the damage.
This is a sin upon your path, which we will resolve later.
Then... Okay.
Jill, where's your head up?
Jill is unblinking, unbreathing, of course, but almost frozen next to Rosalind in the back of the group. She's heard of many different descriptions of what hell might be like, and she's wondering if she delved into it, looking at all this. She's seen a lot in her life and unlife, but nothing like this. And she's suddenly wishing that she had the ability to whisk her and her coterie away to safety, anywhere but here. Wishing to be back home with Scylla. Feeling the pain across her chest from the wound that's still not healed.
Roll me a conscience roll, please. Also a difficulty of 9.
One of those was 10.
So 2 successes.
Mhm.
Because you are currently via Kaeli, which is the path of heaven. This will meet the requirement for you to raise your path by 1 when you have the experience. Despite your own fear, despite being face down with what is very aptly a description of hell itself, you find it would be unconscionable for you to leave your friends behind here. Fear grips at the heart of you, but it will not control you today.
She's going to make sure she's close enough to Rosalind and keeping her eyes on Jack, too. And the rest of the coterie.
Morian, where's your head at?
That this is some bullshit. Yeah. It's just disrespect after disrespect. My sire's there. This creature, yeah, it's irritating. And I'm angry.
Give me a self-control at a difficulty of 9.
3 successes.
As much as this is an affront to you, and you feel your beast curl up in your chest, you are more than the animal inside of you. You've made that very clear. Through your works, through the way that you have conducted yourself through these many years. You quell the beast inside of you in this moment. And you will be able to act rationally when it is your turn. Gisela, where's your head at? Or the nun form, or the Malkavian formerly known as a nun, formerly known as Gisela.
Very good. Gisela, whoever, has seen visions of the Samitsi of flesh cathedrals of horrors like this, but since before she was kindred. And she's seen these types of things in her mind for hundreds of years. She feels like she's exactly where she's supposed to be.
Roll me a... We're going to call this humanity. Just roll me your humanity at a difficulty of 9.
I have 8 dots in humanity.
Yep. Roll it.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5.
Successes. In a moment, Gisela, it all snaps together. Every shattered piece of your mirror reconnects. As you are faced with something you saw as a mortal woman. Before all of this sin and debauchery that comes with the vampiric condition began to affect you. And in that moment, it all snaps together. God's love can't be stripped from you by a mortal man. You are here, precisely where God told you you would be. Despite all aspersions to the contrary, you are indeed exactly where God wants you. And the words of a man, no matter how holy, cannot afflict you. You are Gisela von Heidenheim, and you are precisely where you need to be.
And now,
Rosalind, where's your head at?
Oh, okay. Rosalind is just at first stricken with fear. And then it all begins to come together about how she's been dragged into so many situations in the past, several days. Because of different people's machinations, and it's incredibly maddening. It's unfair to her that she's in this situation because some other prince wanted a monopoly on Transylvania. And because now these anarchs want a monopoly on power. And she feels she has no business being here. But she's not going to just leave her coterie behind. Though she will try to convince them to bounce.
Me. Courage. At a difficulty of 9.
Oh my god, none.
Your courage does falter. As you feel reinforced in the words that circle your mind. This isn't your fight. You didn't sign up for this. This isn't what you made a bargain for. Especially and that's when it really clicks. You're in this over the machinations of someone who dared call you a friend to your face. And this is your coterie. You said it. They belong to you. So you need to get them out. And in that finality of getting ready to turn and run, getting ready to convince them, hey, we gotta get out of here. Hear a voice you haven't heard since Gisela's blood wedding stir within your mind. The voice of the crone. As she says, do you remember what I told you when I first started to show you the way? Take everything.
Yes.
Happens next. For everyone but Morian is the flesh opens up beneath your feet. And you slide down a blood-lubricated vein. As you slide through this fleshy, fungal tunnel, slick wet with carrion blood. And that's the thing, this does not smell like live blood. This blood smells of the blood of corpses and decay. As each of you, there are points where even if you do get, claws or hands up to the side and stop yourself, you feel muscle constricture that forces you down. Whatever you are in, if it was not apparent before, this entire thing is a living creature. Or perhaps an unliving. Only time will tell. And as you're each spat out into different chambers, which I will describe when I get around to each of you, the last common sensation that you all hear There's a rumble, deep and cacophonous throughout the flesh around you. As you hear, "You will all face the will of the eldest." And we're going to start with Morian. Morian, no flesh opened up beneath you. You stand here in the sepulchre of will. It's strange. You see blood coursing down the walls, but there's also this strange, thick, kind of grayish white fluid. Go ahead and roll me intelligence and body crafts, if you would. So I'm so sorry. I tried to warn everyone this session was going to be really, really gross.
It gave me the cold shivers listening to that description.
Meatsy stuff always makes me go. "Ah."
Difficulty is going to be
9.
7 here.
I got 9 successes.
9 successes. You immediately know what this is. And you, by association, immediately know where you are. This is cerebrospinal fluid. You can taste it in the air. It's slightly less metallic than blood and salty. You're in the sepulchre of the will. That tumorous mass must be some sort of strange malfeasance of a brain. You are in the sepulchre of the will. And you see the will manifest as this vase turns to you. As you're standing on this balcony, and you hear within your mind, "You are the blood of my blood, Morian the Raven. You stood vigil over my resting place for years beyond number, nights beyond the passing of time. Now I will harden you with my will, and if you are able, you will leave this place. And if you are not, you will feed my will."
I have no words. I'm standing there ready to embrace whatever comes forth.
As you say. I'm gonna go ahead and roll initiative for you then.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Morian, you are going to go first. As this towering vase, the fungus and the balcony beneath you shake as it turns. And the mouth, the many rows of circular teeth in its mouth, each row begins to spin counterclockwise to the row before it. As it looks like some sort of grim, fanged garbage disposal.
That's unnecessary. Question.
Answer.
I want to try to utilize stone endurance, otherwise known as earthborn strength. But it states that my feet must be touching the earth.
Oh, that is tricky. because you are not currently touching the earth. You are currently touching flesh and fungus.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say no on that one.
All right. Well, then I'll swing my blade.
Great. You're gonna have to move to get towards it, and you have a few options here. You could, because you're standing on a balcony, right? So you're about chest level with it right now.
Mhm.
You could attempt to run and jump off the edge of the balcony and combat it, at a higher level. Or you could try to move to the ground and then attack it from there.
I would want to try. I don't know. I see both ways. Okay. Well, my first instinct is to bring it to my level, not to fight it on its level. So, um, naturally, that's what I would attempt to do.
Right.
I know this creature is like a mass of bodies. And I'm not quite sure how the anatomy would work exactly. But
it does appear vaguely humanoid. If not, and forgive me for using this exact description, kind of fetal in its development. It doesn't, like, the legs and the arms aren't defined well, and the head is more of just a kind of giant glob of flesh with a big mouth and what might be two ocular sensory organs in its face. It's kind of hard to tell. But it does have legs, per se. There are limbs holding it off of the ground.
well, I want to chop those limbs off.
Perfect. All right. So to get down to the base of this interior area, I'm going to need a stamina and athletics, because you're wearing very heavy armor. Obviously, it's not going to be about trying to dexterously land on the ground down there. You're going for more of a superhero landing. Like,
Oh,
just-
okay. I think I misunderstood. Let me go ahead and leap off the balcony and just I want to attack him like that. Is that what
Sure.
she was referencing?
yeah.
Okay,
Absolutely.
yeah, that's way more badass. I want to leap off the balcony and
Great.
try to bring the blade down on him.
Okay. Give me a before we go any further, because I know you haven't done a lot of V20 combat.
Mhm.
Would you like to activate Potence now before you make the jump?
Yes.
Great. Spend a point of blood. That's 1 point towards your maximum for the round.
Okay.
Any other disciplines that you would like to activate for this round? Now would be the time.
No, not currently.
Okay. All right. So that's 1 point of blood.
Can
are
I
you-
buff?
blood buff? Absolutely. Yep. That's 2 points of blood. So you're. I'm going to assume you're blood buffing your physicals.
Yes.
Gotcha. Great. So that's another 2 dice
Okay.
plus your potence dice. Make me a strength athletics first to clear the distance as you run. You step up onto the top of that balcony rail and push off with all of your supernatural fervor.
5 successes.
That will certainly be enough. 5 successes. You propel yourself across. You get a little bit of upward movement. This slice is gonna be right in the neck region. Go ahead and make me a strength and melee roll. The difficulty being the difficulty for your weapon.
That's 6.
So this is a bastard sword. The difficulty is 6. The damage is strength plus 7.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay. So your strength right now is buffed by 2, plus your
Right.
potence. Which, how many dots do you have in potence?
2.
Okay. So that would currently be 9. And then you would be adding 7 from your weapon, which would be 16. And you got 7 successes, which means you're rolling 24 dice for damage.
Okay.
24?
It's a cool sword.
That is a
Don't-
really
don't
cool
piss off
sword.
Mario.
You're welcome.
Oh,
Morian's gonna be the one to save us all from this shit.
no kidding.
If he can find us.
Obviously, prophecy.
Avery, you said we're all gonna be in separate rooms?
I didn't say that, but I think that's a fair distinction.
Oh, Jesus.
So 3. Okay, so that's 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 successes.
Okay, so pre-soak, this is 14 levels of lethal damage.
Pre-soaked.
Going to roll his soak pool. How many levels was it?
What was that?
How many levels of damage was that?
God damn it. 13.
13. Got it. So he's going to soak 10 of those.
Ooh. Okay.
So that is 3 levels of lethal damage for the Vazd. You cut deep, and as you cut, several of the, torsos that were put together to maintain its neck, the entrails come spilling out, blood, viscera, and, you kind of find yourself as you chop, and gravity is bringing you down. You're kind of riding the blade down its body, just cutting as you go this wide swath. And just as the wound that you saw on Jill, this wound is surgically fucking clean. There's no ripping, there's no tearing. It is a perfect line as it goes in. You start falling down the torso where there are limbs trying to grab at you and pull you away. You find those limbs being sheared off with your sword as you glide past them, and finally the cut reaches the edge of its form, and with just a few feet to fall, not even worthy of a stamina roll with your stamina blood buffed, you land with a heavy thud on the ground down here, this cut from neck to navel. As it's going to make its multiple attacks now.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Okay. First attack. 4 successes. Go ahead and roll your stamina to soak.
Three successes.
You fully soak that first one. And don't forget your armor automatically soaks 4.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. So as it brings down its first colossal arm trying to smash you, you dodge slightly out of the way, still take a little bit of it on your armor, but you're feeling confident. This thing definitely hits harder than a gargoyle, but you feel confident here.
Okay. Good.
Um,
That 10 soak is caught me off guard.
The next one is 6 successes to hit you, so go ahead and roll your soak again.
One success plus the armor 4, so 5.
So you are going to take 1 level of lethal damage from this one, as the second fist sweeps in, and as its arm moves in, you see that there are biting faces. This isn't a fist per se, it's more of like a conglomerate of skulls and arms, as arms are tearing at you as it comes in contact with you. Mouths are trying to bite through your armor. It is foul. But there's part of you that can respect this level of construction. This is even for you, far beyond your capabilities. This is a mastercraft in body crafting.
It's efficient at the very least.
That's 1, 2, 3. 5 successes on the next one. Go ahead and roll your soak.
He's hitting me more.
Oh, they have a lot of attacks, buddy.
3. 3 plus the 4. Is that 7?
Yep. So, meets beats. So, with his 7 successes in your damage, you do soak all of that next hit as well as out of the wound that you carved, a sort of fleshy pseudopod, this sort of like almost like a tentacle, whips out and whips across your body. And it's fleshy merely in its like core. The outside of it seems to be lined with like vertebrae and spinal cord, like sharp edged muscles and bones that just whip across you, but you manage to take the brunt of that. And then with its final attack, go ahead and roll your soak.
Just
So
the
8
armor.
total.
No, just the
Ooh,
armor.
just the armor. Woof.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. One more level of lethal damage. As it leans down with that fleshy maw and tries to swallow you whole, and it just scuffs the edge of your shoulder plate, the teeth baring, and you feel your own blood begin to be let. And for right now, that's where we're going to pause this scene with Morian. As Morian does combat with the will of the eldest in the Cathedral of the Will. Jack.
Hi.
As you come to rest, spit out, you roll a few feet. Smells vile in here. And the thing you notice first is there's no exit in this chamber. Perhaps the most terrifying thing to an animal. You're in a cage. But you're not alone. You see spat out as well, just now beginning to rise. You couldn't quite see him from where he was inside of that tumorous thing. But you see long, dark, curly hair. Powerful build. A mustache that hangs with beads and weights, kind of like Morian. See, smiling, still very blood drunk. You have heard of this Samis. His name is Lugaj.
Mm-hmm.
And so. Well, what are we to do, little prince?
What have you already done?
What needed to be done? Taken what I will. Your body. It is nice. It is good starting clay. I will make you something greater. Jack, I need you to roll your willpower as he looks you directly in the eye and says, "Come here."
Okay. Oh yeah, I was nice to the blood dolls. Go me. What's the difficulty?
It would be his willpower, which is 8.
Okay. 3.
3 beats his 2 successes.
Alright.
Act as you wish.
So, if I'm understanding this correct, we're basically in some sort of room with no exits, right?
Jack, you have landed yourself with Lugage in the Oubliette of Cernog. Place
Yeah.
for forgetting things.
Now, based on Jack's path, would we consider him an opponent much stronger than us?
You would, but there's no way out.
Okay. Then Jack, if he is a cornered animal, is going to act as such, and I'm going to activate Fortitude.
Okay.
Feral weapons.
Gotcha.
And as Jack is activating feral weapons, he tears into his own hands with his claws. Bad decision. How much blood is that one?
I'm going to assume that's for disease.
Oh yeah, no. At
Let's
least
let's roll initiative.
even it out. Yeah, okay. Oh shit. Okay. 10's just a 10, right?
10 explodes.
10 explodes. I get to roll again?
Yep.
Oh. Okay. So 7. So tech 23 for initiative.
Jack, you are gonna get to go first.
Okay. Technically, does the touching count if I hit him with the feral claws?
Yeah, I'll count it. I just
Okay.
see no reason for there not to be synergy there.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Wonderful. Plus a blood, but yeah, if I have blood buff, that will use. God, I'm gonna have to eat him. Yeah, that uses all my blood points. Okay. All right for the round. So to hit, if I do 2 separate attacks. I'm gonna split the pool in half and go for 2 different attacks. What's his willpower?
8.
8. Okay.
Lugage is also going to split his pool. He can't blood buff yet because it's not his turn.
Mm-hmm.
But he is going to split his dice pool between a dodge on your action and an attack on his own.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. So 6 on the first one.
His dodge.
And then, hold on, disease is...
He is going to dodge your first attack.
Okay. I just gotta touch him. That's +2 die. Okay, alright. And we just have to see if any of the blood got on him at the end, right? Okay, alright. Difficulty to hit with feral claws is 7, right?
6.
6, okay. So it's 7.
Gonna roll to soak.
Okay.
His fortitude is activo. How many levels of damage?
Oh, now I gotta roll for damage? Okay.
Yep.
Alright. Okay. And so damage for feral,
Strength +2.
strength +2.
And you got how many successes? 7? So it would be
7.
strength +2 +6.
So 12. 17 die. 6 and over?
Mm-hmm. Going to soak 6 of those. So he is going to take 3 levels of aggravated damage.
Okay. Alright.
Now disease.
Now disease. Okay. I'm trying to find quietus because I'm trying. It's. I think it's willpower plus willpower. Willpower versus willpower. His willpower was 8. So it's anything over 8. 4 successes.
Okay.
I rolled 2 9s and a 10. So
Ooh.
that is. Adobe has crashed.
This is going to affect him for... The disease is going to affect him for 1 day. As all 3 of his physical attributes are reduced by 1. Perfect. Which is going to make it his turn.
Yeah.
As he dodges the first claw, and the second claw goes across his chest as he looks down, wipes the diseased blood, and just... Oh, I like you. And he reaches up and he grabs the flesh of his face and pulls it off as his form starts to distend and expand as he awakens the Zulo form. His flesh becomes covered in this gray-black carapace. His fangs are pulled from the top row of his mouth and mounted into pincers that are on the edges. His 2 arms burst out into 4. As he is going to, because he used Awaken the Zula form, he can only make 1 attack this round. But he is going to make that attack. With 2 successes.
And I have
Actually, I'm
4
going to
dots
take
and
1.
fortitude.
I'm actually, in all fairness, I am going to take 1 of those away because even taking the Zulo form, his physical attributes are all reduced by 1. So that one's on me. I rolled too many dice, so I'll take away 1 of those successes, and he just has a single success. So it's going to be his base level of damage. Go ahead and roll your fortitude. Because this is aggravated damage.
So do I just roll the 4 dice and...
No, you roll your stamina as well.
Yay! That's buffed.
Us non-combat characters don't know nothing about it.
Yeah. Okay. It's fine. We just have to live so we can build the Church of Eula.
You're doing great.
Difficulty 7.
And okay, alright. 2, 3. Out of all those dice.
Out of all of his dice, he also rolled 3. Jack, You take a hefty claw to the chest. It launches you back, even at your size, a solid 10 feet. But you look down, your clothes are ravaged, but your flesh remains intact. That is where we're going to pause, Jackson, for just a moment. Rosalind.
Yes.
How undignified
Mm-hmm.
to be pushed through this tunnel of flesh, to reek of corpse blood. But you are spit out into a large, echoing chamber. But you don't hit the ground. You're caught. As Mika holds you in his arms. I assume this is not where you thought you would find yourself this evening.
No, it's not.
Would you like me to put you down?
Yes, please.
Sit down. I intended to slaughter the others when this was done. Seems as if your arrival has complicated things.
Yes, I would prefer if my coterie remained alive and well.
Funny thing that. What do you know about the voivode of this region?
I just met him.
What do you think of him?
Seems proud, loyal, strong.
Loyal to whom? Certainly not his sire.
I see.
He is a walking hypocrisy. Fight for his right to determine his own destiny. The anarch cause. Should ally with us, Rosalind. Your clan, they poison you with their blood. Steal your will.
My clan made me what I am.
You made you what you are. Do not let them take that from you.
Why are you here? Why are you doing this? This is disgusting.
What did you think all of those nights we spent together were all glamorous? Did you not want to know what happened behind the curtain? This, us. From blood, blood flows. Told you I could be anything you wanted. This is how it's done.
I see that now.
Are you frightened of me?
I'm certainly not feeling at peace.
I would hate for this to be the end to our companionship.
Doesn't have to be.
Perhaps there is a pragmatist in you yet. No. What does leaving here look like to you?
Well, you've already started what you were doing. I don't imagine there's any stopping you.
Could be persuaded. I have tasted of the will of the Elder, and have seen things that I do not wish to be.
Was it too much?
There is nothing that is too much for Mika of the House of Vikos. But I have seen futures that I would not allow to come to pass. I will not allow my brethren to be playthings of a millennia-old creature lying dead in the dust. Our goal must not be to consume them. It must be to destroy them.
Common sense?
What would you like to ask me with your common sense, Mayor?
The best ability in the game, hands down.
What the fuck do I do? What can I possibly say to get myself and my friends out of here?
Just save yourself, boo. Go. Get out of here.
Kiss
Run
Mi-
away with Mika and be happy.
Yeah, kiss Mika in the flesh pit and flee.
Okay, so you have options.
It's in the flesh pit.
That means two things. You have options. Heard a lot about the Anarch agenda.
Mm-hmm.
And the Anarchs of this time believe in finding their elders and consuming them.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems that Mika has divulged from that path.
Mm-hmm.
He wishes now to destroy them, which must mean destroying Lugaj, Lambak, and Dragomir as well.
Okay. Okay.
There's an angle to play here if you're canny enough. Another option would be to leave. There is an exit to this room. It seems that Mika might know the way.
Okay. Destroy them, you say. And I imagine that doesn't align with the allies you arrived here with.
It's not. Lambak and Lugaj wish to become the eldest. I am not sure why Dragomir has come. He has not partaken of any of the blood.
You know Dragomir died. Yes?
We have all died, my darling.
He died the final death.
I had no idea. How is he here then? Do you believe someone has taken his face? Perhaps that sister of his, Sherazina.
If I'm to believe one of my companions, then Dragomir is possessed. His mind and his body is not his own anymore.
What a curious thing. Perhaps we should find him and find out. I now understand the speech of the eldest. I can maneuver through this place.
If
Would
you
you-
want to,
Would you walk with me?
it would be rude to say no.
You have been such a darling. He'll offer his arm to you.
I'll take it.
two of you begin to walk out, ostensibly. Go ahead. Shift our focus. Jill.
Yeah? What you got for me?
Jill. It's a strange sensation moving through these tunnels, if you will. Going downwards. But for you, the moment where you first stopped, it felt like you hit a U in the pipes, or so to speak. And then muscular constricture moved you upwards,
Oh,
pulling you higher and higher up. Until you were finally spit out in the strangest sort of chamber. What you've landed on is this pad of flesh that has these ropey tendrils that go to all of the walls from it, kind of like a trampoline. How there's the part in the middle that's solid, and then the parts that run out to the edge. And all around you are these thick, hoarded muscle, cartilage. It's kind of hard to tell. And just a straight passing up, and as you look over the edge, down beneath you. It's then that a rush of air moves over them, and this groaning flesh sound that you've been hearing is cacophonous around you, nearly deafening. If you were a living thing, your eardrums would be bleeding.
Jill's probably growling as she hears that.
And it persists for a solid, 30 seconds.
Do I see any way out of here?
See darkness above you, darkness below you.
What about the way that that threw me out? Is that still?
As you look at... Do you see the thick corded cartilage and muscle part as fingers push them away? Do you see the other man that you saw drinking from that tumorous organ? Lombok. He has sandy brown hair, piercing green eyes, high cloven features. He is the absolute picture of regal nobility. Found yourself caught in a trap.
Seems that way. What are you going to do with me? She says as she starts pacing, her eyes daggers on him, flashing those long canines of hers.
What am I going to do with you? Could just let you rot. Watch as the lack of blood slowly drives you mad. You are in the house of the eldest now. You belong to us.
There's nothing. You said there was darkness below me and darkness above me. From where he came in, is there any divide between us on the ground?
There's space. You would have to jump it.
Got you. I assume with celerity that's good.
Celerity's speed, not strength.
Oh, is jumping a strength thing?
Yep.
What?
Jumping is strength and athletics.
Huh. I thought that would be dex and athletics. That's interesting.
like if you're like doing like hurdle jumps and things that aren't like particularly long distances but do require like a lot of flexibility and things, that is dex and athletics.
Gotcha.
But as far as clearing distances, that is a strength athletics thing.
Where's the rest of my coterie? Where's my family?
They are where the eldest wills them to be.
And are you?
It is not for you to know.
Okay. Several things I can do here. Are we gonna do this? Am I gonna do this? Yep, I'm popping celerity and just gonna immediately notch one of the winged arrows and aim for him.
He's also going to pop celerity, and now we're going to roll initiative.
Fuck. D10 plus dex and wits. Thank you, Luna.
Add your celerity dots as well.
$21.
You're going to go first, and we're going to go round by round because he also has celerity. So we're going to have to go celerity action for celerity action all the way through to your regular actions. Because you have the same level of celerity that he does.
Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay.
Make a shot.
Wish me luck, everybody. Let's 5. I'm gonna go ahead and also blood buff my physical. Gonna attempt a heart shot if I can. So heart shot is still a difficulty of any 9s or 10s, and then the regular one, because my double jointed, is 5. Correct?
With the one, it's technically considered point blank range. You don't have a ton of room in here.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
2, there's a lot of cover. So with your with the difficulty being reduced by 1, the difficulty is going to be 7.
7? Okay. That is 3 9s and 2 7s.
Okay. So you don't get the 5 successes that you need for the heart shot.
Gotcha.
He's going to use his celerity action to try and grab that arrow out of the air. So, you need to roll your damage, which is going to be your bow damage plus 4. So 8 dice. And he is going to roll his dex and celerity to try and catch it. This is basically going to be a soak roll without a soak.
6 successes.
Okay, he did not catch it, so now he's going to have to actually roll a stamina soak. He's going to take 1 level of lethal damage, as his hand just barely doesn't close it around it quick enough. And the full head of the arrow embeds in his chest.
Does he try to pull it out?
Yeah. Yep. He's going to have to make a soak against 3 levels of lethal damage. He's only going to soak 2 of those. Now they're lethal as he pulls it out. His next celerity action, because we're going to go back and forth with these celerity actions, because I think that makes an interesting dynamic.
I dig it.
He is going to attempt to leap across and stab you with the arrow that you shot him with.
Jesus Christ. I just also want to say I love the thought of this whole fight is probably taking place in the span of like a couple of seconds.
Yeah. He is going to clear the distance. Now he's going to roll, which I'm going to give him a 1 dice penalty because this technically isn't a stabbing weapon. This is an improvised attack. That's 3 successes to hit you with it.
Got you.
So we're going to say this is... I'm just going to roll his raw strength on this one. And this is lethal damage, not aggravated, so you can roll your stamina to soak.
I would like to. I can't dodge or attempt to dodge out of this.
You have to prepare a dodge before.
Okay. Got you.
So you could have split your die pool between shooting that and preparing a dodge for his action.
Noted for next time. So rolling my stamina, and that's +2 because of the blood buff.
Yep.
What would be the success for this one?
7.
4 successes.
2 lethal.
I'm already at lethal max, so that.
So it's going to take you to your first 2 ag. Reminder, you can use blood to heal on your turn.
Mhm.
That does not cost an action.
Okay.
Using blood to heal is something that just happens. And with the beginning of that dervish of combat starting, this absolute, to anyone else, this is just a blur of movement. We're going to shift over to our final perspective. Gisela.
Who could it be?
You are spit out. Flesh that you land on is inordinately soft. It's like walking on jello. Strange and ephemeral. Smells of liquid carrion down here. This is like the remains of a battlefield. They're groaning bodies just reaching towards you, their fingertips skimming the hem of your dress since you don't have your habits on. See 2 motes of green balefire in the dark. I told you he was mine. You still attempted to steal him from me.
Yeah.
You, but a woman, try to steal from the cupola.
I may be a woman, cupola, but I'm also the daughter of God.
See how he armors you this night. He is going to enact a power, but first we are going to roll initiative.
Ooh, 14.
Team, you're going to go first.
Cool. I don't know how to fight a demon. Now I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
You said I can move if I'm using Nocturne.
Yes.
Do I see a way out of here?
Give me a perception and awareness. It is very dark. We're going to say the difficulty is 7.
Only 1.
You think you may see a way out, but it's hard to tell. It's very dark in here.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to go for my tried and true thing. I'm gonna have to attempt to use soul hunting.
Attempt to use soul haunting.
Yeah, I don't know how well it's gonna work on a demon, but I don't have a whole lot going on for me except for Nocturne. But if I can't see an exit, there's no point because I'll just be choking myself. I am gonna spend, even though I'm really hungry, I'm gonna spend a blood buff, and I will spend willpower if I have to. So that gives me 11 dice.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
And I will spend a willpower. So I haven't spent any. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So, this is what is going to occur. As you haunt the soul. Stare into these motes of this deep green balefire as you see Dragomir trudging towards you through the dark. These bodies grasping at the edge of his cloak, trying to pull them down with him to exist amongst the muck and the mire of this concentration, this chamber of concentration. And you make eyes with him. Power does take effect. You haunt Dragomir's soul, which is still in there, Gisela. You know Dragomir is still in there. As his physical form begins to repel away from you, trying to stop, trying to run from you. Seeing again, maybe the first thing Dragomir himself has seen in many, many years. Same thing you showed him last time. How he consumed Vintila in a fit of madness. You see the form and this other spirit dwelling within it, beginning to rebel against one another. You've created an internal conflict before the body just goes slack and falls. And the eyes and the mouth open, and green flames begin to shoot out of them. It's materializing before your very eyes. This strange mass of tentacles and flesh, glowing green balefire eyes, fangs beyond number. The physical form of the cupola materializes. Gisela, you are precisely where you need to be. You are fighting a demon to save a man's soul.
Is what Anatoly told her.
Precisely what Anatoly foretold. Going to make its action against you.
Yep.
It is going to spend a point of gnosis.
Oh no. Not Demon the Fallen rules.
And it is going to use Flames of the Netherworld.
Yep. I always hated Demon the Fallen.
Oh, this is a Bali power.
Ah.
One of the many gifts the cupola can bestow. It is going to spend 3 points of Dragomir's blood to empower itself. It is going to make a dexterity plus occult roll. Gisela, if you would, what is your current willpower?
Current willpower, how many I have left to spare?
Sorry, wrong terminology. What is your total willpower?
5. Real low.
Gisela.
Mhm.
4 levels of aggravated damage.
Is that something I can soak? I've never been like in combat and all these things.
Do you have fortitude?
Nope.
Then no, you may not.
Okay.
4 levels of aggravated damage. As the pure flames of hell rake over your physical body.
Yep.
It is excruciating.
Mhm.
Your flesh melts at the very touch. I need to ask you a very specific question.
I love specific questions.
Do you carry that golden bracelet that Arnulf gave you at your wedding?
Yeah, the bracelet and the ring.
Okay. So let me redact that. You take 2 levels
Hang on.
of aggravated damage.
And the bracelet. Finger right here. There you go. Yes.
You take 2 levels of aggravated damage instead of 4. As those flames rake over you, that bracelet thrums powerfully. That light that you so often see behind Anatoly, behind Aldous, it surrounds you. That light that you saw behind Father Giacomo. It surrounds you now the same as it did them. This item is blessed. Truly blessed.
Okay.
We'll go ahead and flip all the way back around to Morian. And you're up, buddy.
Yeah. And this entire place is covered in flesh, right?
It's some strange hybrid between flesh and fungus, but yeah.
Flesh and fungus. Okay. I will heal first off. Okay, I'm gonna spend 2 blood points to heal. Yeah, a set of lethal damage.
Mhm.
And then I'll spend a blood point for potence. I need to do that on every turn, right?
Nope. Once you do it, once it
Okay.
lasts for the scene.
Okay. And I'll blood buff.
Blood buff also lasts for the scene.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll just attack.
Great.
Yeah. So yeah, so it's strength and melee, right?
Strength, potence, and melee.
Very potent melee. That's 8 successes.
So you're going to be dealing your strength plus 2 plus 14.
16 plus 7 is what? 25?
24.
24? Oh, okay. I need more dice. Alright. That's 2, 4. And just to make sure I have this right, 1 crit counts as 2.
Not for damage.
Not for damage? Okay. Alright, cool.
For damage, and soaks, there are no crits. Just a success is a success.
Okay. That's 14.
That's going to be another 10 levels of lethal damage. As you, now that you're on ground level with this thing, you chop into one of its legs and completely shear it clean. Body, now that you see it from the inside, you can see each limb is just a tangled, writhing mess of living bodies. As you cleave it away, arms jettison forth from the wound on each side, reaching, trying to pull and grab and rend. As it falls heavy, shaking the ground around you. You've brought it down to your level now.
It's a start.
Let's see, that attack lost it 15 bodies. So now it's only going to get to make 3 attacks against you instead of 4.
Oh, that's a bonus. Okay.
So, first attack against you. That's going to be 3 successes. So it's strength plus 4.
I have 5 with the armor.
5 with the armor.
Yep.
5 is what you needed. You take no damage from the first strike. Your armor holding up very well for you. Second attack. Maybe 5
That's
successes.
6.
6 on your soak.
Yep.
Wow, what a trash roll. No levels of damage from the second attack either. Bad. You are stalwart in your defense against this thing that has been called the embodiment of the will of the eldest.
The last one is a 5.
5 successes, so that's the same pool. And it only rolled 5. You take no damage this round, Moran. As your armor carrying you through, it is slamming, bashing. As its toothed maw comes down, you skip out of the way. It tears a huge part of your cloak away in its shredding mouth. But you are, as you have always been, stalwart in your own will. Wonderful. Should go ahead and shift back over to Jag. And Lugage in the oubliette.
Yeah. So, it's minimum 9 to stake someone, right?
The difficulty is 9. You need 5 successes at least, and you need to inflict at least 3 levels of damage.
Okay. And he's become a monstrosity.
Yes, he's fully in the Zulo form.
Did I lose my Ventru?
Where Nova Arpad is now is up to the will of the eldest.
Wonderful. Alright. Still not seeing any way out. Jack's gonna try to stake this monstrosity.
Okay.
Okay.
Strength, potence, melee.
Strength, potence, and and blood buffing lasts for a whole scene, and it's still the same scene. That sounded like a statement. It was a question.
That is correct, yes.
Okay. Alright. That's 2 dice. Basic math, the worst kind of math. And does the specialty and stakes would apply, correct?
Yep. So that's another 2 dice.
Okay. Alright. Okay. Yeah. This is the correct amount of dice. Okay. 9 and above. Keep forgetting there's a keyboard in front of me now. Oh, that's 4 successes over 9.
So it's not going to be enough to get the stake in.
I'm gonna burn a willpower.
Alright.
Oh,
Gotta get at least 5 successes.
at least 5. Yeah, I'm 2 away. No, I'm 1 away. And just 1, buddy. Come on, just 1. No 1. 7 successes.
Now you need to deal at least 3 levels of damage. He's going to roll to soak.
Okay, and to do damage with a stake.
Difficulty is always 6.
And it's strength melee.
No, it is your strength plus 2 plus 6.
Okay.
With your potence as well.
Alright, 6 successes.
He soaks
Okay.
3 of the 6.
Okay.
Which means you do deal the 3 levels needed to stake him.
Oh shit! Okay.
Good
It's
fucking
difficult. It's difficult, Jack. There is carapace here that you are unfamiliar with. There's a second level of vicissitude bony reinforcement around the heart that is just large enough for, like, it doesn't. It has to be some vestige of when Lugage was immortal, because it's slightly too big now because the heart doesn't beat anymore. It was large enough to accommodate the heart beating in the past.
Mhm.
But you managed to punch through that final layer of bone that shouldn't be there, as this Zulo-formed Samis is slack still. I need you to roll me an instinct roll.
Okay. I still can't believe Jack did that. Alright, sweet instinct, alright. Okay.
Difficulty of 7.
Instinct, yeah. Okay. Three success. It's over 7, right? Okay. Yeah, 3 7s. And 2 2s.
Your immediate instinct is to feed.
Huh?
However, you are not a base animal. Your instinct is that of a refined hunter. This prey has consumed tainted blood. Blood that will put you on a leash. There may not be a way out that presents itself. But you have claws and you can fucking make one.
Jack's just snarling. He's still like got that caged animal feeling, and he turns and he starts digging into the wall.
I need you to make me a strength roll first.
Okay. Just strengthen.
With your 2 for your claws.
Okay. Difficulty 6, 7. 7. Right? Claws? Yeah.
It would be 6 with claws, but this is something different.
So, 3 successes.
As you tear into the wall, making your own exit, it's strange. The flesh begins to pull you in deeper. Even as you're clawing your way through, it is assisting you in making your own exit. This is a strange sensation to be pushed along while clawing through. Jack's world for the next few moments is nothing but the tearing of blood and sinew and flesh. It is the core animalistic fear dream that there is nothing but flesh around you and all you can afford to do is claw your way through.
Yeah, Jack's just going for it and hoping that whatever this place is knows that it can take whatever blood it wants from Lugosh back. Just let him out.
With that, we're going to go ahead and shift over to Jill.
Yeah?
Jill, it's your second celerity action.
Okay, so how does reloading again work? Do I need to actually...
Yeah, you could reload, and that would take your action here.
Got you. Okay, just...
But you are tangled up in melee. This guy has an arrow
right, yeah.
dug into your shoulder.
Can I spend two... Can I immediately spend 2 blood points to heal one of my aggravated?
Sure, you can spend 4 to heal them both if you want.
You know what? Yeah. Going back to just straight up lethal.
It's strange, because as he has this arrowhead dug into your shoulder that dealt this damage to you, and you spend the blood, you haven't gotten to spend your blood in combat to heal yet. Over all these hundreds of years, you've never...
She's ranged. She's never had to.
Your muscles begin to stitch together in a way that pushes the arrowhead out of you. And the wound concatenates as it exits.
Okay, then I'm also gonna... Then, with this being in close range, I'm gonna also do something that I haven't done as Jill in so many years, and that is I'm gonna pop my protean, and Jill's fingers elongate, nails sharpening into animalistic claws, and she's going to attempt to, with him just being right there on her, just drive her claws right into his core. Like, I'm picturing like thumb going right towards the sternum and the other fingers going up, like almost like attempting to grab him by the rib cage.
Sure. Yeah. Give me a strength and brawl. The difficulty is 6 with your claws.
That is 6 successes.
The damage is going to be your strength plus 2 plus 5.
8 successes.
So this is aggravated because these are your claws. He soaks one of those. Jill, this incapacitates him. As you reach in, your claws jut up, and you grip. You feel his heart in the tips of your claws, and dig in, and rake the bottom part of his heart away, pulling your fist back. As there's now just this mass of organ and shredded bone and flesh in your hand, as Lombok staggers backwards. And with his last action, as he falls, this arrow in his hand, he falls and cuts the flesh that was holding this pad that you were standing on to the wall, as it drops from underneath you.
I don't have a reaction to try to grab the...
You have celerity.
So, yeah, I'm gonna try to grab the ledge. I ain't letting myself fall.
Since this is speed based, and you were right there, I'm gonna say this is Dexterity Athletics. This is happening very quickly within the celerity round, so we'll call it difficulty 7.
That's 10 successes.
Your claws sink deep into this corded, cartilaginous flesh. As you watch Lombok fall away beneath you. You feel another rush of wind coming through. And this cacophonous groan. It shakes in your claws, Jill, this cartilaginous flesh, creating these tiny micro lacerations. And by the time this groan is done, you're barely holding on. But you do have a grip.
Yeah, she's
It's
trying.
like holding on to rope with nails for fingertips.
Her mind, even though she's no longer on the road to the beast, there's still that aspect of her that remembers it, and there's also that drive to protect her coterie, her family, to get back to them, to make sure that they're safe. And she's to get back to Scylla and the Borgio Pass safe. They need her. She can't end here. So she's just, with that in mind, she's keeping that grip and is going to attempt to pull herself up.
As if sensing your will, as you begin to pull yourself up, opening above you as you pull yourself in and find solid ground.
Is anything else about the room changed?
This opening goes beyond this thick cartilaginous flesh and becomes more like the entryways you moved through to get down to the chamber that you were in with the balcony.
Okay. That's the only way forward, right? From here? She's gonna continue. She's gonna go. She's gonna follow it and see where it leads. Anywhere is better
In
than
a
staying here.
In a burst of celerity, the blur of an eye, Jill begins to run down the passageway. Rosalind,
Yes.
you walk with Mika. There's a moment. He stops, looks around. We are to be tested by the will of the eldest, I presume.
What does that mean?
Soon we are about to find out. Tell me, my darling, did you know what Vastania was doing to my people? To Jack and Jill's people? It took me quite some time to figure it out.
I knew as she was creating gargoyles, but her methods, I don't.
Are you going to take a stand for what is right?
Against Vastania, I don't need much convincing.
Not be allowed to continue.
No.
The abuse of our people. It will destroy your entire bloodline.
I understand. It's barbaric.
Some progress is not progress at all. you see he takes his arm away from you and holds his hand out. And his wrist opens up. You thought it was just a tattoo of a line before, but it opens up like a mouth, and slowly a sword of bone extends and comes free as he grips the pommel in his hand. You begin to hear the little chitness, the little clicking, as you see multiple of these little openings in the flesh open up all at once. And you see hundreds, no thousands of these little things that Mika had along with him, those little bone gremlins that grab and shake and latch themselves onto you, just bloodletting, as they all begin to charge towards you and Mika.
Oh,
And I am going to need an initiative roll from you.
okay.
Rosalind's got to fight.
Rosalind doesn't have much she can do. So a fight is a big word. It's a strong word.
Try punching one of them.
Rosalind, you kissed the bone gremlin person? Ugh.
I know. What's wrong with me?
Look, just throw him at the things and run.
Toss Mika and run.
Toss Mika and run.
Honestly, running is yeah. Oh god, my initiative's ass. 11.
Mika is going to go first. To re-up on a power. No, I gotta make a self-control roll. That's a 2. Okay. With no successes, because you have control of 1! Mika holds out his hand and is also going to use Flames of the Netherworld.
Okay.
A whole section of them charging, he just holds out his hand, and green and gold balefire just empties from his hands, scorching them to just steaming blood. As he takes out easily 30, 35 of them with one blast of flames. That would make it your turn, Rosalind.
Does Route the Charging Hordes work on bone gremlins?
It certainly does work on bone gremlins. What a great
Wow.
question to ask.
As many bone gremlins as I can reroute.
Okay, make your roll and we'll figure out how many that is.
What is the roll?
Let me grab the companion really quick, and I will tell you about the charging herds, as one of our favorite Alcavians would say. Let's see. You roll your intelligence and occult.
Okay.
Difficulty is their creator's willpower,
Intelligence. Oh, I raised my occult. That's good.
which would be 7.
Okay. So 7's difficulty. Heard. 6, 7, 8, 8.
All right. So the chart only goes up to 5. We're gonna say with 8 successes. Rosalind, this is the first time this power has worked greatly for you.
Yeah, no kidding.
Why don't you take some narrative control here? Every one of them that can see you is going to run.
I think she'll just seeing this rather than looking, but on instinct, honestly, before even like looking for an exit, looking for a way out, she just looks at them and
Do you have to expend a point of blood? There is some bloodletting
Yes.
involved.
yes, so she would cut her wrist and draw a sigil in the air that's like a not quite a block, but like a runaway reroute, and it would stand in front of her and glow, and they would just run from it.
And it does. It glows this like sickly pale lavender. As you see the fear take root, and they begin to like start running off in other directions. Some of them like try to like jump around a corner and will jump on another one, and then just by reflex start shaking because that's what they're controlled to do. Like they are running in absolute fear. As Mika sort of looks over to you. Impressive.
It's taught well.
Indeed. Come, we have some ways to go.
No, we'll go with them.
Well,
Did you say my name?
yeah,
It cut out for me. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
I just saw everyone looking at me. Yeah, well, he's on the ground, writhing around and burning.
You are standing on the ground. You are burned.
Burned. Okay. Well, Gisela doesn't like fire.
Yes,
Fire's
I
not fun.
do. There is a Rotschreck roll involved here.
A hot Schreck.
Yes, a Rotschreck, as it were.
Oh,
So that would be a courage roll at a difficulty of 7.
Oh yeah, love that for me. 4 successes.
You are stalwart.
Great. I would love to run away, to be perfectly honest.
You are stalwart in your resolution, and maybe your faith?
Maybe my what?
Maybe your faith?
Maybe. Okay. I really don't know what I can do against a demon. I don't think demontation would matter that much to a demon. I'm pretty sure if I tried to use Nocturne, those Balefire green eyes can see through it. And I can't use Obfuscate while they're looking at me. So I really don't know what it is that I'm supposed to do. Yep, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I can roll Eyes of Chaos to ask you, the storyteller, what I should do, but that's my action, so. I'll just have
punch the
to
demon.
touch out the tank any damage that I get after that.
You can do what you want to do.
I don't know what to do is the problem. I didn't make a combat character to fight a demon.
That's fair.
That isn't a thing that I decided I wanted to do
Punch the demon.
by myself.
What if you run?
Running is
So,
an
well,
option.
Gisela can't run very well. She has a
What?
gait, and there are little thingies on the ground pulling at her. That seems pretty ineffectual as well.
Could it be a roll to see if any of those things would work? Maybe some occult? Maybe.
Yeah. No.
Would you like to roll a theology roll?
I would love to roll a theology roll. I'm actually good at that.
Yeah. Well, we'll say, because this is really thinking on your feet, I'm definitely going to say that this is a wits-based theology.
Fine. And blood buff lasts for the scene?
Blood buff lasts for the scene.
But I didn't buff my mental, so I buffed my socials. That's fine. I rolled 3 10s.
I was going to offer to let you, convince me that this is a charisma roll.
No. I rolled 3 10s and 4 3s.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, don't know what to do with that information.
Here's the thing, right?
Uh-huh.
Your understanding of dementation is that it afflicts the soul.
But is a demon a soul? It's a damaged soul, or it's a corrupted soul.
With 3 crits on a theology roll,
Yeah.
it does meet the basic requirements for being a soul.
Okay. Well, then I guess I'll just do what Gisela always does. And tries to make them go nuts. I wish I saved those 3 tens for something else. Yep. I guess I'll stare into those balefire green eyes and use soul haunting again. 11 dice.
11 dice. Now,
7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
this is I'm going to give you an option here.
Mhm.
You can either use this ability to enact the normal consequences of Haunt the Soul.
Okay.
Or you can attempt to strip it of its gnosis.
Yeah, let's do that.
There is a third option, but it's not a great one. You could
Oh,
also
but I'd love
use
to hear it anyway.
You could use this to try and strip its power. Now, mechanically, let me be very clear about the difference here. Gnosis is what is used to enact a power. Power is what you spend to keep that power working. So it has already used materialize. Materialize costs a certain amount of gnosis to enact. However, it also eats a certain amount of power per scene they are materialized.
Which would be, for no reason I'm asking this, which would be the most detrimental to Cupola? Which would make him the angriest?
So you rolled 3 tens on a theology roll. Spirits only regain power at a certain point in the lunar cycle.
Okay, then I'd like to try and strip him of his power. Because I rolled a total of 80, so another 3 tens, 2 8s, and a 9.
3 tens, an 8, and 9.
2 8s and a 9.
3, 6.
What was the difficulty?
So that's 11 successes in total.
Maybe.
Because the difficulty is 8.
3 tens, 2 8s, and a 9.
Actually, the difficulty is their willpower, right?
No, it's their perception. Shit, I know. Perception plus self-control / instinct.
So the difficulty would be 5.
Oh god. As count.
13 successes.
I muted what Rachel said. Yeah, that's 13. So,
So you strip it of 13 points of its power. Now, in all transparency, its power is 30.
Mm-hmm.
It already spent 5 to maintain its materialize for this round. So, it's missing 18 power, which means it has 12 power left.
Yep.
So, it is going to act,
Yep.
and it
Is
is
my
going to...
is my bracelet a one-time thing?
No. Nope. However, it is going to spend a point of rage, and I need you to roll a... This is... Let's see, this is corruption, so... Roll your humanity.
Hang on, I gotta clear out all my dice.
The difficulty is going to be its current gnosis, which is 4.
I can't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. Sorry, I can't count. It's too late. My brain is starting to shut down a little bit on me. Help me. Somebody help me. What was the difficulty again?
4.
4. Just any dice over 4, and we're gonna count, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that is 8 successes. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Okay.
Okay.
You are not going to fall into a fight frenzy. As it
Good. I
tries,
don't know what that is.
it means you cannot use any mental or social powers, and you have to go physical.
That would be hilarious. I wish I rolled poorly.
Just punch the demon. Just punch it.
I wish I rolled poorly. That would have been hilarious.
You
No.
you withstand the corruptive influence of the cupola as it reaches out to you. You see it trying to inflict you with visions of you slaughtering innocents in its name. And this is just the wiles of the enemy. This is the wiles of the evil one. So with that, go ahead and go back over to Morian very quickly.
Yeah.
You're up, Big Shoots.
Let me go ahead and I guess try to limit how many times it can attack me.
Sure.
So, yeah, I'll go for more limbs.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now, you can split your dice pool to make more than one attack if you would like.
Then yeah, I'll do 2 attacks at 6 dice each.
Hell yeah.
The first one is 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
Alright, so that'll be your strength plus 7 plus your 3. So strength plus 10 plus your potence and your blood buff.
Okay, that is 1, 2, 3. 11. 11 now.
11 levels of damage. It is going to soak 1, 2, 3 of those. So that's 9 points of lethal. Another limb. You've got both of its legs off. Make your other attack.
Yeah, that's 6 successes.
6 successes. Alright. Go ahead and... That'll be 1 more, so 22 dice.
That's 12 damage.
With your last slash, Morian, you slice off one of its arms and go clean through the neck and alleviate it of both an arm and the head. Its last arm is going to take a swipe at you as it is still technically active.
Without a head.
Without a head, yeah. Paused or wild. With 4 successes, go ahead and roll a soak.
One with the armor is 5.
3 levels of lethal damage. Boom! As the last arm smacks into you, it sends you back a few feet. As our camera pans over to the Cainite formerly known as Sister Gisela von Heidenheim. Gisela, it is your turn.
Mm-hmm. Cupola has 12. I don't know
12
what
power.
Gnosis points, power points, whatever it was.
Power. Yep.
How many successes would I need to roll to make that 0?
12.
Well, I have willpower to spare. Let's try. Let's try it. And are we still in the scene for the blood buff? Okay, yeah. 11. Okay, I will spend a point of willpower. I'd like to really make this count. Get rid of that one, that one, that one. 8, 9, 10, 11. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes. 6.
You don't have to re-roll all of your dice. You can just re-roll the ones that failed.
Yes, I did.
Okay. So, how many successes? 6?
6.
Okay.
I
You're
can't,
going
I
to
can't. I can't be good forever.
you reduce the cupola's power from 6 to
12 to
or
6.
from 12 to 6. It has to spend another 5 to maintain. So it has 1 power left.
For me.
It's going to cost it 1 power to use this ability again.
Yep.
But it is going to try and burn you to ash.
Go for it.
Seeing that its mental corruption of you did not work, the damage will be lessened by 2. So that is another 4 ag reduced to 2.
Gisla's looking real bad.
As in a jettison of flame, this green balefire, the cupola dispels itself. And let me make this very clear to everyone watching what that looked like from the outside. That was Gisela getting blasted with flame twice while just staring down a fucking demon, and it disappeared.
That's
That's 'cause
metal as
she's
fuck.
God's favorite princess.
Yeah.
And it departs.
As soon as it does, Gisela, burnt and in agony, is going to, if she has to crawl, if she cannot stand, I don't know. I only have 2 boxes free or whatever. She's going to go over to Dragomir.
He's muttering something.
Any dementation that was used on him, is that evaporated? Is that gone?
If you would like it to be.
I would like it to be, yeah.
Kind of shakes his head and pushes a few of the hands that are trying to pull him deeper. He's fully submerged like a few inches into the floor.
Can she help him up?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
would that take a roll?
It'll take a roll from him and I'll give him extra dice for you helping.
Okay.
Pretty easily. He pushes off of whatever's sucking him deeper and takes your arm and kind of lifts himself up. He just kind of looks you over. You held me until the last moment.
I am sorry it took so long for me to help you.
Let me return the favor. He lifts you up in his arms. As you all, Jack tunneling through, Jill running as fast as you can, Gisela being held by Dragomir, Morian getting ready to plunge your blade on what could be the fatal strike to this creature. You all hear the rumble again, the voice of the eldest. You have done enough. As again, beneath you, without warning, pockets of flesh open, and each of you find yourselves shunted through more of this tuberous flesh before you are spit out. More gently this time. More brought to a rest on your feet. In the main cathedral entrance, as you're spat basically out of that secret door that Gisela found that lets you continue lower.
Nova Arpad with us or no?
She is laying on top of the stone sarcophagus.
And Dragomir's with us.
He's holding Gisela.
I would say that the second that Jill saw Dragomir, she immediately just notched an arrow, but stopped the second that she saw that he's holding Gisela.
Is
You also see Mika standing
Yeah.
there with Rosalind.
yeah.
Are they holding hands again?
Oh, that was Goratrix.
I know.
What's going on?
I think we're not in there anymore. She'll look back at the wall. The hidden death
Explain,
passage.
Mika.
I should explain. Perhaps that is something you would like to tackle. Oh, Voivode of Sanok.
Is there? We're just all in the middle of the cathedral, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Is everybody okay?
I mean, Gisela looks pretty heavily singed. Other than that, I mean, everybody actually looks.
Jack's just covered in viscera.
Yeah, everybody is just kind of covered in blood and gore, and
I'm fine other than the damage that I had before coming in.
Gisela?
Gisela's like one hit away from fire, final death, or hitting Torport. So she's not doing super great, and she's probably just leaning pretty heavily, her head on Dragomir.
Dragomir, what happened?
with the demon. Well, the cupola saw fit to ride my skin.
We need to get out of here. We need to get Gisela's safety and recover.
Another earth-shaking rumble as the voice of the eldest speaks once more. Fools these childer. I have seen your actions in this, and you will receive your reward in proper time.
What is that?
Would you care to elaborate for the uneducated, my child? Mika looks over to you, Morian.
Me?
You are the voivode of this region, are you not?
Mika, what? Why would you think I know what's going on here? You've abandoned me from the start. I've learned everything thus to this point on my own. So how about you explain?
It is true. I did not give you the tutelage that perhaps you deserved. So let this be a first lesson of sorts. Where we just were. It was not a place. It is a thing. We were within the corpus of the eldest. The first of the Smiths. The child, what Cain have made. See, that is the secret of our blood. All of the rest of the clans, your antediluvians, are of the third generation. Ours is not. The antediluvian of the Smiths survived the deluge, the flood. You just met him and lived. This is why he is called the eldest. He is the oldest Cainite who can claim that name without being Cain himself.
Jill's eyes are just wide, looking at Mika as they say this. We should probably leave.
As fascinating as this lesson is, we need to go.
Yes, I agree. Especially with
When you
Gisela
all
and her.
notice,
Mhm.
one of the stone statues comes loose and falls. The ground begins to shake.
I'm leaving now.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
go.
let's
I'm-
go. Are we
I'm
gonna grab
going.
Nova our
Jill will. Do you want to, Jack, or?
Jack is gonna take and see if Dragomir will hand over Gisela, because not even like.
He just shakes his head and begins running for the door with Gisela in his arms.
In that case, Jack will grab Nova and push Jill.
Okay, I mean Jill's popping celerity.
Yeah.
We're getting out of there.
Run.
Wasn't there somebody that was staked?
Yeah, Nova. Nova Arba.
No. Didn't Jack
Oh,
stake
yes.
somebody?
Lugash.
Lugash?
Yeah.
I think they're
Do we
super
have
good, though.
them?
Yeah,
No.
I think the people that Jack and I
Neither-
fought are good. Gone.
Neither
I know.
Lugash and Lambach.
No. Okay.
Jack was telling the eldest to take his blood back and just let him go after he staked Lugosh. So, good luck, buddy.
I'm right behind Mika.
As you guys run as fast as you can out the doors of the monastery, just moments after the last of your heals exit, it crumbles in on itself. And you see the empty pit within the mountain slowly fill with stone. See the bits of that fungal flesh recede. It's moving, it's going deeper. It's leaving.
I didn't know something like that was possible.
I'm starting to believe just about anything is.
There are those amongst us who would say with Cain all things are possible.
Hmm.
Or with God.
Are the other ghouls still outside?
Yep. All the revenants that you managed to convince to your cause are all there waiting.
Well, perhaps more private rooms are needed for a proper discussion.
I think that would be for the best if you're willing to provide.
Of course.
Am I being held?
You don't want to stay? This is the first time you visited my home.
I would not wish to impugn your honor by hosting one who did not pay obeisance to hospitality.
I have questions. If you'll entertain, I would appreciate it.
You know, you could have always written a letter, Morian. You know where I live. The House of Vikos is by no means small or obscure. If you are inviting me to stay. It would be rude of me to decline.
Consider the invite given.
As you wish.
While we appreciate the hospitality, we could also use some blood.
I am.
My coterie mate and my sister look like they could use it.
I am quite famished. Yes.
Well,
Jack says as he's almost out of blood.
Jill is too.
So skeezel.
I would say, because I only had about 30, and we used about half of it already. We could count.
Cassius Danislav steps up to you. Morian, he says, if it would please you, my lord, we are accustomed to being supped upon.
Cassius is a ghoul.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's a revenant.
Revenant.
There is a small distinction there.
Cassius, if you would mind, I would like a taste of your blood.
Looks you up and down. If it would please, my lord.
No killing.
Of course.
Do you wish?
Let's travel back to the manor.
And you do. It's that proverb that it takes less time going down a steep hill than up is certainly true. You get back down to the village of Cernog. Again, seeing Morian pass, people avert their eyes. It's acknowledged that the ghost of the manor exists. It's another thing to see him entirely. But you do make it back. The manor is more or less the way you left it. We'll all see at this examination that a broom and a dustpan go by, sweeping the floor by themselves.
Thank you.
You hear the spirit whisper in your ear, "It is our honor to serve you, Lord Morian."
Jill's just banking that for later questions.
The only
And
time
you are-
recently I've seen stuff move is when Joel was being haunted, yeah.
Yeah.
You are all free to conduct yourself as you wish.
Considering how hungry Jill is and some of the questions she has, she will approach Cassius then.
So, Jill, you go ahead and you approach Cassius, as you've been afforded a private chamber. Looks you over. You wish to speak with me, da?
Your last name, Danislav. I know one of you. One of your kin.
Many of us. I'm not surprised.
Do you know Armin?
I know many Armenes. It is a common name.
She's going to then take a second to describe in full her, Armin.
I may be born of darker stock, but that could just easily be describing myself, and my name is not Armin. We have similar looks. All of us. It is a part of our charm.
Fair enough. It has been some time since he was embraced and I have not heard too much of him, and I wanted to see if you might have knowledge of him, but if you do not, that is all right as well.
I knew my family. We served the Voivode Lambach.
That's the one that Jill ended. I am sorry to say that he could not be saved. I saw him fall.
My lord was always convinced of his own vain ambitions. You are hungry.
Yes. You have
He
answered my
holds out his-
questions.
He holds out his left wrist. Drink.
And she will.
Fun thing with revenants, where normally you can take about 8 points from a blood doll without doing damage to them permanently. With revenants, you can take about 10. They're conditioned to this behavior.
She's gonna take, hold on, how much? Yeah, she's gonna take all 10.
Jill, you've not fed from revenant blood before. Especially not Danislav blood. But you taste a deep richness that can only come from the most unquellable primal rage. The rage of a people done injustice from time immemorial. It is a righteous fury that boils deep within his blood. And you are going to have all frenzy rolls for the next night be 1 difficulty higher.
She's probably gonna pull away with a little bit of a gasp and say, You have a fire in your blood.
You're the kin of werewolves.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Armin say something about that of that to me before?
You did?
She's just gonna smirk.
You didn't.
She's gonna smirk a little bit. She's gonna say, I remember now. It's been some time, but Armin did mention that to me. Maybe this is sentimental, and I know that you do not know me, but consider yourself welcome in the Borgio Pass should you ever require a place to stay.
If it would please my liege Lord the Morian, then perhaps we shall see each other again.
I would like that. Thank you.
He gathers his things and departs.
Jill's going to take a moment to kind of gather herself, feel a little bit more of that blood now in her, and remember Armin before moving to join back up with her coterie.
Everyone else is feeding. Does anyone have any specifics they would like to get to before you're all sat down in the same room together?
I don't. Gisla's like really injured, so I really don't know like feeding and stuff, how that would work mechanically.
Jack, being Jack. If Gisel's okay with it, would help with that.
I'm not drinking your blood, Jack, if that's what you're talking
Oh
about.
no. Hell no. That makes Jack uncomfortable.
It makes us all uncomfortable.
Yeah. No, making sure that dolls are brought to Gisela and that she actually drinks them.
Yeah.
And then using medicine to check to see how bad and if it's something that can be
Really bad.
killed. Yeah.
Really, really bad. But that's It's fine. It's the finale. That aside, she just wants to talk to Dragomir for a very quick second. I know you're chewing, so I will wait.
So before Jack comes in and begins to assist you, Dragomir will carry you all the way to the room that you choose.
Wherever. I don't think she would really care.
And he'll kind of lay you down on the bed.
And she'll say, the first thing you have to do, Dragomir, is you have to write your sister, Sharasina. You have to do it so fort immediately. She needs to know that you're alive. Unalive. I promised her. She asked, I said I would do anything. When you fell, I said I would do anything to help her, and she said all she wanted back was her brother.
His head for a moment. With your level of empathy, there's shame.
6. Doesn't really matter to Gisela. And then she'll say, I'm sorry I could not destroy the demon. I do not think anyone can. I was told he is of the land. My powers here on Earth are only so finite.
I could see you. When the demon was riding my skin, I saw what you did. I see who you are. He looks at your hand, which even through the burns is still that cross burnt into the top of your hand. Not many know of our origin. We Basarabs. We guard holy places. Spent many years stationed outside of a church in Alba Iulia before your coterie mate became the prince there. I never saw one so holy as you pass through the gates.
And now it's Gisela's turn to feel shame.
You are blessed, sister.
She'll reach her crusty hand up, touch his face. Say, I know that now. When you have written your sister and recovered from your ordeal, I will call upon you. I need your help. Something holy.
Do you ask of me?
There's a relic I must retrieve. And I cannot trust anyone but you.
Swear on the sword of my grandsire, Ventila Basarab, it will be done.
Thank you. Dragomir.
There are no words to describe the debt that I owe you, Gisela. Even when madness had taken root in me, you saw me for who I am. I am a warrior.
You are. And I know what it means to be mad.
I'm a boy say 2 peas in a pod.
Genau. And then I think she'll be like, I'm so hungry.
He nods. I will fetch your companion, the gangrel here.
Thank you.
He leaves. There's some assisted feeding. Jack, you will regain a willpower from this action. You all converge eventually. You can spend blood to heal your damage if you like.
You said I still can't because with mine because it's technically human
Correct.
tier healing.
Correct.
Yay.
Yes. Your chest wound will take months to heal properly.
Scylla's gonna be so upset.
And fun fact, that wound will make a scar.
Oh. Okay, that's kind of cool because scars are cool, but yeah.
I mean, I can help with that, right?
Yeah, if actually there is a way for you to heal that. That is true because I mentioned that before. If Morian were so apt to use vicissitude to aid in your healing, you could heal that quicker.
Which, of course, I'm willing. But first, you need to be healthy.
So you all gather back. I assume in like a common chamber or a feasting chamber.
Yes.
Adorable. Love the little face
And-
coming out of the darkness.
Mika sits at the opposite end of the feasting table that is reserved for you, Morian. He has a glass of blood, just sort of in a chalice, just swirling it gently.
Well, I'll let it known that you can roam as you wish. Rooms to stay if you wish. Though, Rosalind, I can't just have Tremere running free will around my home. So,
It's understandable.
Mika sort of smirks and just takes a sip. I will keep an eye on her if you wish, child.
I'm sure you will, regardless of our wishes.
Indeed. I assume you all have questions of some sort for me, or else I would have been let free. So, ask.
If you're with us now, what was your purpose down there to begin with? What makes you different from the others?
That I am here and they are not.
Jill's staring, glaring even. That's not the answer she was expecting or wanting.
So you went down there to consume your antediluvian with the other two.
Dragomir, Lambak, and Lukosh.
Gisela will very quickly say, that was not Dragomir you descended with.
Very well then. what I saw when I drank deep of the eldest. There are no words. I see now. The goals of my fellow anarchs flawed. They seek to take power from the elders, from the antediluvians, and harness it for themselves. This is a fallacy. We must destroy them in their homes. We must slaughter them in their beds. Whatever stone tombs they decide to lay their heads upon, we must find them and destroy them. Before they destroy us.
Sounds like basic survival to me.
From my understanding, the eldest has been under that monastery for a long time, Mika. Wasn't out to destroy you or others.
Don't understand the way their minds work. I have seen it. It's blood. I have seen it. If we do not find them while they sleep away the millennium, they will rise, and they will consume us all. They will bring upon us a final night, from which none of us will rise to the next.
Sound afraid.
We should
Gnädiger Herr.
We should all be afraid.
Where'd you learn this fear?
I tasted of the eldest's blood. Saw it in his memories. There is no hope for us who do not stand up to them.
You saw his memories.
Did some of them, what I can still remember.
Are you even sure those were memories?
They
So
will.
strange, Herr Vigus. This, the elders that you are so afraid of, and yet you supped from their blood, received visions and prophecies, warnings of the future. How do you not know that that is exactly what they wanted you to see?
There is a difference between your gifts and the supping of blood from those longer and more ancient than us. It was
Would you
not
know
wrong.
of my gifts, Mika?
I have heard
Please.
stories.
Stories and truths are two different things. Tonight I faced something that I fear much more than your stories of boogeymen in the night.
I saw him conversing with the rest of the 13. With Asher and Set. With Troila. With Malkav. Seen their faces. Must be destroyed.
But at what cost are you doing this, Mika?
At any cost. There will be no Cainite blood left. I fight so that me and mine survive. Same as any of you. We do not fight. A time where whatever grandeur of power we believe we wield, whatever comforts of home we have, will be reduced to sniveling in dank holes, waiting for them to find us.
I sympathize with your desires. I do. But with what we saw down there, with just one of them, that's too much power.
There will be sacrifices, blood will be spilled. Any of us will die.
That's something that I cannot allow to happen.
We must be the sword of Cain. Cain summoned the deluge. It was no act of God. Saw the fault in his own children and drowned them. And then he got lonely and made more. We are imperfect creations of an even more imperfect sinner. We must all die if we wish to succeed, if we wish to live.
If that is not true,
Gisela will. Oh, sorry, go
I
ahead.
was gonna say, if that's not true, then should we not strive to be better?
Better. There is no better, there is only different.
Gisela will rise and walk over to Mikos. She'll kiss him on the forehead and look him in the eyes and say, I never realized how much you reminded me of my sire Marius. Uscot Hervikos. And she will leave the chamber.
Jill is going to look to Jack, Rosalind, and Morian. And then she's going to look back to Mika, and she's going to say, that sacrifice is not something that I'm willing to make, or to expect, or to see my own coterie, my family, go through. So I will not. And she turns around and follows Gisela.
Jack is going to stand up. Mika, I'm already facing threats from my people. Can't fight another war, especially one that's being made.
It isn't being made.
You went and seeked out the eldest. You aren't making the war.
The war has already been happening. We are all too just short-sighted to see it. These are beings which span millennium. It's already happening. Their Inkonu is already in the court of one of you priests. Already being manipulated by them, and you don't even know it. You're already playing into their war. Dangling you on pretty little strings until they have what they want. Let them walk away. They will come around in time. Walk away if you wish. In time you will see that I am right. And it will be too late.
I'm not walking away, Mika. I have things I'm walking towards. Morian, thank you for the hospitality. Once Gisela and Jill are feeling better, we'll be going home.
And Jack will see himself out.
I think Rosalind would have been very quiet throughout all of that. And after a moment of silence, shake her head a little bit. It's just chaos. Chaos is not something that I abide.
Chaos because you have made yourself too small to rise above and see it in its entirety.
I'm sorry, Miko. I have valued our friendship. I want you to know that.
It's in respect to that friendship that you should know that the Incarnu is in your court, Rosalind. You are being manipulated by Troila, the antediluvian of the Bruja, whose mouthpiece is Dominic. You are already in their grasp. Set yourself free while you have the chance.
I will take your words into heavy consideration. And I will remember this. And I will stand, bow to Morian. Thank you for your hospitality. I worry for Gisela. I must check on her. And I'll leave.
Nika just stares down the table at you, Morian. Will you fight?
I'll fight whatever threat comes to my door. Whatever battles my allies have, I'll meet. And perhaps I would have joined your cause, but the lies and manipulation is too much.
Say you would rise to fight the enemies that come to your door. When your greatest threat was sleeping in a monastery 12,000 steps away, and you could not even see it.
For the
Poor
past
guy,
century, it has done to me no wrong. In the past night, you've killed my family.
But this is how it must be. Let one of the other voivodes claim your blood then. You belong to Mika of the House of Vikos no longer.
You're free to go. Or stay if you wish. Though if trouble is to be caused, I will take action.
We will part on the terms we met. Staring across the battlefield, waiting for the first blow to land. I will not savor killing you when the time comes, Morian. You are always my favorite of the Westerners. Stands and he gathers his cloak. And he leaves. And with that, this final exiting monologue for this season of Transylvania Beckons seen centuries come and go. Time passing. We will return soon to see what happened with the plot of Maruska and Ruxandra, and where the time of Nova Arpad will begin. Centuries and time are one of those things, one of those enemies, that even kindred cannot conquer. It is an endless tide, coming, going, rising, and falling. There are prophets, unwelcome receptions, betrayals, decoys, guardians, final conflicts. However, when we return to this chronicle, you will all make choices which may govern the directions that your unlives will take in the coming centuries. There remain yet 6 undisclosed signs pointing to the ultimate conflict that threatens to engulf the world. It remains to be seen if your actions can transform Gehenna into anything less than total annihilation. Ite missa est. Go now, for the Mass is ended. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for playing. We're going to go ahead and go around and introduce ourselves for the last time in this season of Transylvania Beckons. Go ahead and start with Wonderful Druid by Night.
Hello, I'm Luna, or Druid by Night. You can find me at Druid by Night on all the things, including here on Twitch, where I stream Monday to Friday. No. Sunday to... Wait. I don't stream Tuesday or Wednesday. That's the thing. Anyway, I'm the social media director here at the Rolling Nomads. I also play Cersei Aveline on Ways of Old, as well as I will be Imogen Lamia in Berlin Bloodlines. But today, whenever you're watching this, I have been Rosalind, the first Tremere Prince.
Indeed you have, and what a treat it has been to have you on this first season. Let's go over and to the wonderful Huddy von Schland.
Hi, I'm Huddy, or Huddy von Schland. I'm a World of Darkness community ambassador. I have no affiliation with the Rolling Nomads in terms of all the cool stuff that they do. But I played Gisela von Heidenheim, the Malkavian tonight, who survived a demon. Don't know if she's a sister anymore, but she's definitely Gisela again.
You know, there's something to be said for that. Let's throw it over to the absolute light of the late end of this chronicle, Edge.
I wouldn't go that far, but yeah, I'm Edge, Edge the Nomad or Edge Survival on social platforms. Yeah, I do community stuff and HR things for the Rolling Nomads. Also player and a few games. So yeah, it was great to get in on this. It was real fun.
Go ahead and throw it on over to the wonderful Azure.
Hello, I'm Azure or Rachel. You can find me over at theazurebutterfly.ttv where I stream. My schedule is still being worked on a little bit more. But yeah, I am also the creative director here at the Rolling Nomads. You can find me playing Ingrid of Sintra in Witcher Ways of Old, Prince Juliana Volstadt here in Transylvania Beckons, and also soon to be Maria Russellini in Berlin Bloodlines. Very excited to show you that. And yeah, that's me. Oh, I also have social medias at _Azure Butterfly and stuff like that.
Indeed you do. And let's go ahead and give it up for the wonderful Az.
Hello, I'm Az on the day-to-day. My social media is at As I Was, because I think I'm funny. You can find me there sometimes. I haven't posted anything on anything for a while, but that's gonna change. Tonight, I have been Jack, the Prince of our Hearts. who we're gonna see what happens in the next few centuries. It's fine. And pretty soon I will be Adelaide Nagaraja on Berlin Bloodlines. I'm very excited. And yeah, I can't believe we all made it. Go us. We did it.
And last but certainly not least, my name is Avery. I've been literally everyone who just introduced themselves this evening. You can find me at Golden Gwydion on all the social media platforms. I'm also the community ambassador right here for the Rolling Nomads. You can catch me on Witcher Ways of Old playing the debonair debutante, the bombastic bard Calamus Acris, and you will very soon be able to catch me as Unsere gnädige Herr Edgar Waite on Berlin Bloodlines. Thank you all for joining us. Happy time zone, and we'll see you next season.